We have basically two different kinds of sects in Jainism. One was the Shvetamvara, that is the white-clad, and the other was the Digambara, that is the sky-clad. The white-clad, that is the Shvetamvara group, they actually believed in the reincarnation, they believed in getting alms in bowls. So they went out in the villages, in the neighborhood, wearing a white dress and in search of some food, because they felt a Kevalin needs food for its existence. And they also believed in the women, in the inclusion of women in their fold. But whereas if you look at the practices of the Digambaras, the sky-clad, we find that Digambaras were very much against begging with alms. They actually, begging with cups or bowls, they actually when they went for begging, they had their cups of the hands used. And then what we find is that they did not believe in the inclusion of women, and they also did not believe that a Kevalin has to eat for his sustenance. So this was the two major difference that we find among the Digambaras and the Shvetambaras.
There was no basic doctrinal difference between the two. The Digambaras, it came up at the time when there was a great, at the time of King Chandragupta Maurya, when there was a great famine in northern India. Part of the Jains moved to southern India with their scriptures so that they were not perished by this natural disaster. So those who went to the south, they wore white clothes. They were known as Sitambaras. But those who lived in India, in northern India, they were known as the Digambaras. That is, they practiced nudity. They were sky-clad. And when we walk into a Jain monastery, a Jain temple, we know that if Mahavira is projected in a nude form, it is a Digambara temple, and it is shorn of all kinds of excesses, all kinds of decorations. It is very austere. It is very austere. And if you go to a Sitamvara monastery, temple, you would see all the 24 Tirthankaras, and Mahavira is seen in white clothes. And of course, what were the doctrinal differences? Not much, but for the Digambaras, extreme austerity is emphasized, and they think that women cannot attain salvation. They also think that Mahavira was not married, the Digambaras. They say that Mahavira was not married, that Mahavira didn't have any children, and they also think that women are incapable of attainment of nirvana.
Mahavir continued to preach Jainism for the rest of his life. We find that he finally expired at the age of 72 in Pavapuri, which was near Rajgir, and even after that, Jainism continued to exist. There were different branches, but it continued to exist in North India, particularly in Western India, and till date we have Jainism very much present in the Indian subcontinent.